Warm welcome to short, easy practice for all levels. I have set my mat close to the wall. I encourage you to do that. We are going to use the wall. But if for some reason you can't be next to the wall, that's absolutely fine. I will give you variations. Props. I kept two blocks, a belt, and a blanket handy. If you don't have these props, don't worry about it. I will give you variations. And you can also use substitute. So for blocks, use books. For belt, any strap, thin piece of cloth, gown belt will do. Blanket, we use blanket to sit on it. That means we get some height when we sit on it so that we can sit upright, sit tall. I'm using this blanket, so you can use any bed sheet or blanket at home will do, as long as when you fold it, it's thick enough in this size and it's not very soft or slippery. When you are ready, let's begin. Come to the mat and sit in cross leg position. Take blanket to sit. So I'm just sliding the blanket, folded blanket underneath my buttocks to have some height underneath so that I can sit tall upright. Just try, give a try, use the blanket. And when you have a blanket, see how that helps to sit upright, sit tall. If it doesn't, just get rid of the blanket, sit directly on the mat. If for some reason you can't bring your legs down onto the ground like this, if you are in this position, feel free to bring the blocks to support your legs. See if that helps you to be slightly more comfortable position. If so, do that. We don't want constant strain on the legs at this point. Once you are settled, bring your hands next to your hips, sit tall, sit upright, chest lifted. Bring your connection to your breath, shoulders not going up, let them come down. And slowly bring your hands to your chest while maintaining the lift in your torso, sitting upright. In prayer position, Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. We'll chant 3 Oms. Take deep inhale. Om. Deep inhale. Om. Om. Slowly open your eyes. Release your hands onto your thighs. Bring your arms in line with your shoulders and slowly raise them up. The moment you raise your arms, see if your torso dropping towards the ground like this and you're shortening at the front of your torso. Just have a look. If so, press your sitting bones, your hips well onto the mat to get that lift in your trunk. Move your head back. Have a look at your arms. Keep them straight, fingers straight. Then move your head forward at the front, looking at the front. Relax your face, relax your jaw. Arms straight at the elbows. Shoulders not lifting up, bring them down. Breathe. Slowly bring your arms down. Bring your right hand outside at your right side and raise your left arm up over the head. If you are lifting your left hip, then press it down towards the ground and feel the length extension coming at the left side of your rib cage. Relax your face. Fingers of both the hands, let them lengthen but don't overstretch. Open through your torso. Breathe. Slowly come to the center and go towards the opposite side. Once more, pay attention to your hips. Your right hip, keep pressing it down towards the ground. Often that comes up the moment you turn towards the left. Keep the upper arm straight and upper shoulder not lifting up towards your ears. Slightly bring it down, but don't jam it. Just gentle movement there. Slowly come back to the center. Bring your arms in line with your shoulders once again up. Then interlock your fingers right up to the web. Bring your thumbs in line. Change the direction of your palms and slowly raise your arms up. Relax your face. Allow your arms to go back to the extent they can, but don't force yourself. That means you are going to maintain the intensity of the stretch that you are creating to medium or slightly higher. Breathe. Don't hold the breath. So if you're overstretching often, you stop breathing, you start clenching your teeth. Those are the signs you want to take to reduce the intensity of the stretch that you are creating in asana. Slowly bring your arms down. Change the interlocking of your fingers. Bring the opposite little finger at the front. Straighten your arms. And once more, raise your arms up. Allow your shoulders to go down. Don't lift them towards the ears like this. Gently let them go down, but don't press them hard onto your back. Just gentle movement there. Pay attention to your breath. See where your torso is. If you're leaning back, come back to the center. Slowly bring your arms down onto your thighs. Now we'll do simple twist. Turn towards the right and I move my back hand on the ground for support. If for some reason your hand can't reach on the ground, then grab a block and place your hand on top of it. So I'll just move it here to show you. So block is in line with your hip roughly and place your hand on top of it. Looking towards the wall on your right. Slowly come to the center and change. Come back to the center and go towards the right. We'll repeat. This time when you are in the pose, see if you are leaning back or leaning forward or towards one side. Maintain your torso in the center. Both the sides of your sitting bones are even on the ground. Just pay attention to that. Move your head back. Often the head comes forward due to our tendency to sit on our desk for work. Two more breaths here. Pay attention to exhale without changing it. Slowly come to the center and go towards the left. Once more, bring your attention to your sitting bones. Make sure both the sides are even. Torso is upright. And pay attention to exhale. Come back to the center. We'll repeat last time. Turn towards the right. Adjust your alignments like I mentioned. Once you are settled this time when you are in the pose, pay attention to your shoulders. Allow your shoulders to go down towards the ground and away from your neck. So you're extending your shoulders out towards the side. So you're creating length from your neck to outside of your shoulders as if you're lengthening your collarbone or trapezius. Come to the center, change. Get settled, sit upright, stay even, and move your shoulders down and extend your shoulders out towards the sides. In yoga, you always try to create a length or space in your muscles to improve your flexibility and strength. Slowly come back to the center, come up standing, move the props away, come next to the wall so that you're facing towards the wall. We'll practice Ardha Uttanasana, box pose, feet hip width apart, bring your hands onto the wall. Hands are roughly shoulder distance apart and walk your legs back and bend forward to bring your torso roughly parallel to the ground. Your heels are roughly in line with your hips or your hips slightly going back beyond your heels. Your shoulders are roughly in line with your wrist. Whole of your palms, your fingers pressing well onto the wall. Face parallel to the ground and maintain the natural breath. Slowly bend your arms, walk your legs forward and go back. We'll repeat. Now you know the alignments. Pay attention to your alignment. Make sure your heels are in line with your hips or your hips going slightly back. Now this time when you are in the pose, make sure you are not curling your toes. Let them extend towards the wall at the front. Your fingers are straight, pressing well onto the wall. So don't curl your toes or your fingers. Now engage your abdomen. That means bring your navel slightly in towards your spine, not squeezing your abdomen. Gentle movement there. And using that engagement of your abdomen to move your hips more back towards the wall behind to create more length at your lower back. Feel that extension you're creating in your back muscles by moving your hips back. Slowly bend your arms, walk your legs forward. Take a breath and we'll repeat last time. Go back. This time when you're in the pose, see if you can open the back of your legs slightly more. You can open the back of your knees slightly more. So you're straightening your legs to the extent you can. Don't overstretch. Pay attention to the sensations. See if you are maintaining the breath. See if your jaw is relaxed. So when you create the stretch, you always want to maintain the breath and your face and your jaw is relaxed. And this way you improve your flexibility faster by letting your brain know that I'm creating the stretch, but I'm not in danger. If your brain thinks you're in danger, then it will try to contract the area that you are trying to stretch to improve the flexibility, achieving exactly opposite to what you're trying to achieve. Slowly bend your arms, come forward, come to Tadasana while facing towards the wall, hip width apart. Take a breath here, arms straight at the side, chest lifted. Release and relax. Come at the center of your mat and grab a belt or substitute that you have. We'll practice Gomukhasana arms in Tadasana. So I just turn here or show my back to give you better view. Place the belt on your right shoulder. Bend your left arm and place it on your back like this. then catch hold of the belt. Then slide your left hand towards the space between your shoulder blades, towards your head direction, to the extent you can. It's absolutely fine if you can't move your arm, you are here, that's absolutely fine. If you can, then slide your hand up while holding the belt. Then raise your right arm up and catch hold at the other end. Elbow in towards the ceiling, not coming out to the side. I turn here to show you better view. While maintaining this alignment, make sure you're not pushing your rib cage forward like this and lifting your buttocks and creating arch at the back. Instead, bring your rib cage in, lifting the front strap of your bottom up towards the chin to reduce the arch at the lower back. Maintain the breath. Make sure your shoulders are not lifting up towards the chin, towards your ears. Let them gently come down, just like we did at the start of the class. Maintain the breath. Once more, bring your attention to your weight on your feet. Make sure you're spreading it evenly on your feet, not heavy on your heels or the balls of your feet. Slowly release and change. Move the belt towards opposite side. Once more, I turn here to give you better view. Catch hold of the belt with your right hand. Raise your left arm up and catch the other end. So create the tension or stretch where intensity is medium or slightly higher. You don't want to overstretch your shoulders or the area around your shoulders. It's quite sensitive. You want to create flexibility in that area over a period with consistency. Be aware of your breath. If you want to improve your flexibility faster, that's the magic bullet. Two more breaths here. Pay attention to your shoulders, they are not lifting up towards your ears. Change. Let's repeat. Move the belt towards opposite side. Once more. Catch hold of the belt. Pay attention to your alignment. Ribcage not going forward. Make sure you are not lifting your shoulders. Elbow is not going towards the side. Once you are settled, bring your attention to the breath. See if you're lengthening your one side of your torso more than other. If so, bring that evenness. Often is the case where one side gets lengthened and other side shortened. So bring the evenness of length that you're creating at both the sides of your torso. Change and observe what happens when you practice the same pose second time. Do you feel or experience more length or flexibility? Just be aware of that. Relax your jaw. Pay attention to your torso. Both the sides are even. Breathe. Don't hold the breath. You are improving the flexibility in your shoulders. And move your right shoulder back. If it's coming forward, let it go all the way back. And press it down towards the ground, but don't jam it. Last breath here. Slowly release. Move the belt aside. Come on the mat and sit in cross leg position. Feel free to take a blanket or some height underneath to sit. Use your hands or fingers beside your hips to sit tall and upright. Bring your hands to your chest in Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. Take this opportunity to thank yourself for showing up. Hardest part is showing up. Celebrate this small win of your day with gentle smile. Often we underestimate the small start of anything. So I want you to make effort to celebrate this small start. Namaste and thank you. Slowly open your eyes. Release your hands onto your thighs. If you enjoyed today's short practice, then please consider giving me a like and a comment so that I know what you like and what you prefer and what content to create. See you next time. Until then, keep being your best self.